Well then, welcome and everybody else. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting, where apparently I can't even start the bleeding stream on time. LEDs. LEDs. We've had some fun with LEDs, haven't we? They don't bloody work when I tried them. Apparently overheating them and leaving them too close to the heat is not a good idea. So, first of all, I had to check that she's working. Yes, it is. Right, okay. But it's not going to show me everything if I do that, so I have to do that. And then I have to come and find out what it's messaging me for, and hopefully it's the thing that I want it to. And it is the thing that I want it to. It's the one that lets me go portrait mode until it starts showing up in the little green thing. Right. In my infinite wisdom, I have looked at this board and I've realised I've got a crap load of colours now. And obviously they give me certain colours and only enough to be able to do a certain thing. And I could have been creative with that, but I thought I'll stick with that. Now, however, I've got 100 of each for about 6 or 8 colours. I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 5. I've got green, red, yellow, blue, and white. I got bleeding loads. EB, what is up, homie? Alison, welcome in. Thank you very much. And good evening, Twisted. That dreadnought is looking like it's going to rip someone apart very nicely. Oh, that's looking good. And the Eldar, is it Farseer or Spirit Seer? I'm not sure. I think it looks like a Farseer. That does look really nice. But yes, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I could do something that's not just straight lines going up and down. So as the lights go up, they kind of, if they all light up, they reveal the full picture. But as they go up, they kind of reveal partial of the picture, and have it as like an art glyph or something. And then have the majority of the art glyph made up of green, and then any bits that I need to fill in either red or yellow, depending on roughly which half it's on, and kind of alternate them if it's down the middle. Is there a middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, because it's 6 and then 6, so it's 12 across. But that's going to take a lot of planning, and as well as nicking in and out of the blah 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 blah. Oh, so he's a warlock, right? Okay, so that would that now equate to a Farseer or a Spirit Seer? I don't know if they still have warlocks in the Eldar. I'll have to have a look. I really should know if they have warlocks, because I do have Eldar as well. Right. So before stream, essentially, I was trying to draw out some templates so I could dot these things and try and plan them out without actually having to in and out with all the LEDs and possibly break them. So I'm going to continue on for that for a moment. So how are we all doing? It is Monday. I hope everyone had a very nice weekend. Enjoyed themselves. Had some rest and relaxation. I would do this on my desk, but, well, as you can see at the moment, I've got this entire arc stage currently taking up my entire desk. Unlike Magical World of Sparkles and Oak, I don't actually have somewhere to put this one. So it may become a more permanent feature up until the point where it's completed. And then I'm not sure what to do with it after that, to be quite honest. It's just an idea I had. And, well, Steve gave me the idea when he said, I'm getting rid of this, would you like it? And I instantly saw it and my head went nuts. It doesn't help, I was talking to someone the other day, and good evening, Graham, how you doing, mate? Well, I was talking to someone the other day and he saw this wouldn't, in fact I'll turn the lights on while it's there, let's make them twinkly. So yeah, he saw this. And decided that it deserves a stadium, and then just okay, why not build an entire rock city that's like something a ridiculous size, but something round about a 4x7, or at least a 4x5 board, a 4 foot by 5 foot board with this as the main centerpiece, and then an entire city stadium and city building out from there. And it sounds like a really fantastic idea, and then I realised how much room it would take up and how much work it would be. So that's still up in the air. At the moment, I just want to get the electronics working and actually get the original idea done and functioning and completed. From there, I can have the red and yellows gone out or something. No, okay. I must have put it on some kind of rotating pattern. For now. The road calls. Sometimes you just can't sit behind a desk. I hate drawing out grids by hand. I really do. Especially when you're trying to make them accurate. It doesn't help when there's a lot of bloody lines to fill in as well. It is an 2 11 by 12 grids to replicate the actual circuit board itself. So that's what I'm going to be trying to replicate in little bits. Or little squares. And then see if I can get away with doing some kind of arc either face, more like that one. See that arc face? So if I can get away with that face, then I want to go with that face. Or something like that one. I want to be able to do something like that in green lights and then fill the rest of the board up in red and yellow lights. Possibly with white lights in the eyes. But I need to know if it's possible. And being able to colour in squares as opposed to keep fucking napping around with putting LEDs in and out of the board and in and out of the board and in and out of the board is a bit of a pain in the backside. I'm also thinking about I need to change the lights in the eyes of that, but I don't know. And obviously then the graphic thing gets to go there behind him because that's where the speakers are going to go. But I've also come up with another problem. Here. I've got another problem. And that problem is the actual LED bulbs that I'm using this time, these ones, are slightly larger. No, they're considerably larger than the ones that came with the pack in the first place. Just in the plasticky bit. Everything else is the same. They should be working. But the physical bulbs are actually larger, so therefore they take up more room. Obviously, it's a very condensed little board. This is not sounding particularly easy to do. So what I've decided is I'm going to have the legs as long as possible to give them some flexibility and movement to be able to squish in together. This is supposed to look archy after all. That in itself now serves a different problem. They're not going to fit behind the little Perspex glass thing that it came with. So I'm now going to have to custom build, or at least modify this, so that I still have the hole for the button, but a lot of the rest of it down here is actually removed, and the bulbs can pop out. I've just realised I can't read what's on the thingy one for some reason. Lee, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Good evening as well. I've only just spotted you on there, mate. The problem with the green box one is, although I can read the text, I can't actually read the bloody names because they're all blurred and red. Or purple, or... yeah, essentially they're multicoloured, so it doesn't help. Probably why I should wear my glasses, isn't it? Right, I don't like doing these ones now. Because if I naff at one of these, then it just looks all ridiculous and silly. The first ones are easier because they're going over blank thingy, but now I've got crossed lines. And I might be better off coming that way. I decided I'm better off going out left-handed, you know, seeing as I am left-handed. I'm probably better off going out that way. Now in this case, the squares don't have to be quite as exact. Good night, Graham. I hope you sleep well, mate. And tomorrow's not stressful for you. I hope it's not stressful. Also, I need to ask you a question. Have you gone for early booking? But you can answer that question at your leisure. Right, nearly done the first set. Come on. Cack-handed. Yeah, I'm cack-handed. Left-handed for any American people. I don't know what cack-handed means. Cack-handed means I use my left hand. Most people are right-handed. That's why it gets called cack-handed. Used to beat you out, you were. And some days think the devil were in you. You didn't realise how wonderful and great we all were. It's their fault, really. Not their own. Hard luck. Right, 11 more lines. 11 more lines, and then I can start doing stuff, I hope. I can at least start planning. I've learned as well, when it comes to LEDs, don't bleed in Russian. However, the second one's still getting sent off to either Graham or Lee, if they agree to do for me. I will explain to them that there are some parts that are extremely difficult because they are very, 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 very small, and they are not fun. This is not an entry-level DIY kit by any stretch of the imagination, despite what some of the bloody descriptions may tell you. To do them 2 small chips requires the steady hand of Picasso God. Requires the penis of like the tiniest dot of like the guy with the smallest penis needle. I used to solder an iron to apply solder. It's just ridiculous. Unless you've got something that can just... yeah, unless there's tools out there that I'm unaware of and that are just too expensive for me to own. then that's not a home kit. And if you already own those tools, it's certainly not a bloody beginner's kit, because if you need tools that only somebody who's already interested in the bloody thing in the first place would have. You might have only gone out and got a starter kit and got a basic soldering iron. Awesome. Excellently, thank you very much. When the second one finally arrives, I will send it off to you, regardless of whether or not this one is successful. If this one is successful, then that's brilliant. But if it is not, then having someone who's at least got half an idea of what they're bloody well doing, especially whereas I'm concerned anyway, is a bonus. Right, so now I've got all the squares. And it's top and bottom because it's 12 across and 11 down. And now we need to move. Now I need to move things. I didn't think of this bit at all. Right. Are you going to stay up there out of the way? No, you're going to be forcing me to move you up there to keep you somewhere like that. Right, how many times will I do this to turn it off? I don't know. That's on. That should be off. Excellent. Right, that's the battery pack for that. I can move the 1, 2, 3 blocks off because they're not actually part of the diorama. And the shavy thing, which I'm looking at making over into a speaker cover. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that bit out. Try not to break it, Laz, you absolute doofus. And make sure that all the LEDs and wires and stuff. Right, I do have a table nearby, so I can move it. Although this is getting heavy and may require a supporting board eventually, because it's only got the what's it called? The Sky Shield landing pad as a base at the moment. So possibly maybe taking it off the legs was a bad idea. But I'm certainly going to want to do something to raise it up a little bit and support that bottom section. Right. So we've learned we don't rush LEDs. Don't rush LEDs, it's not a good idea. I just sent all the things over there. Right, never mind. I've got a rough idea of what colours they need to be. I just need to find where the colour thing is. I only need basically I need green, red and yellow. And I don't want to paint on this paper because it's crap paper. Where have the big pens gone? Where have the pens gone? Oh, somebody stole them. Well, they're not exactly my pens, but nobody else uses them. So yeah, I'm claiming them. I'm claiming them. Good night, Ali. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much. You have a nice night and good luck with work tomorrow. So, I need a green. I want it to be a bright green. No, I can go for a metallic green, I suppose. So, a metallic green, so it's not too... I need a yellow. And I need a red. Yay! No, you don't rush. You don't rush LEDs. And I figured that out. I've cleaned the board up. I might need to do a bit more cleaning of the board up if I knew what I was doing, but I've cleaned the board up. Right, so if I want to do an art glyph, I'm going to want to do it so it fills so it goes to the top. So at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 across. No, 5 across. And if that one come down, I do want to leave room for some kind of eyes. And some kind of nose. I would like one eye to be bigger than the other. So if it's to do what, right, I've just dotted a load out green. As you've probably noticed, sat there watching me do, right. So if it's to do, these ones green. You see if my planning helps. All these ones green. All these ones green. All these ones green. I know that you're thinking this is a lot of green. I've got 100 and odd green, so I should have enough. These are running low and running out. I might have to go get a different green. But you're getting the idea so far, I hope. So all them was green. And pretty much from across the middle, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all of these ones now become yellow. Which you can barely see. How many lights by how many lights? It's 12 across by 11 down. The yellow's not showing up. I'm going to have to go for something a bit darker to make the yellow show up. So I'm going to use... No, orange won't work because that looks too much like the red. Ah, god dang it. What about the big yellow? Does a big yellow work better? Yeah, big yellow works better. So all those ones will be yellow. And then these ones. All these ones. I'm going to get a big one again. That works so much better. I'm going to look for the big green. Where's the big green? That's close enough. Should have just got the big ones to start with, shouldn't I? That just makes filling it in so much quicker and easier. So in total it's 132 lights, 264 connections, as I have done previously, and I'm not looking forward to doing it again, which is why this time hopefully I'm going to get it right. Yes, please. Thank you. Well, I really should be me making that because Sparkles isn't feeling well. She's just been really thirsty for a brew, so she's coming off for a brew. I got the wrong red because I'm an idiot. See, that one works better. Don't go for the metallics every time. That's a lot of red ones down this side. Now this might be the reverse side to what the stage might be, in which case it doesn't matter. Now the problem is these little white areas. In fact, let's colour the green in properly so we can actually see where the little white areas are. Get the non-metallic green, lads, you absolute moron. Les, you're an idiot. Les, you're an idiot. Les, you're an idiot. Go get the not metallic green. In this case, because I've got this green, I'm going to leave an extra white one for an eye. So it's the dark green we're paying attention to right now, not the light green that I initially did it with. Right, so if he's going around that much, mate, I'm worried. I don't know if you know this. I know this. I'm pretty sure you do as well, but I'm just going to clarify. There is a honk off big ocean between me and you. So unless it's a seasonal thing, in which case it would affect the hemisphere, I'm assuming. I'm hoping it's nothing that bloody bad. I don't have a better green than the one that I'm using, so okay. So there is that option. Well, that one's going to be a rectangle, that's going to be 2. I don't have a white. Do I have a silver or something? Oh, I do have a white. How good's the white shite? Okay. Do I have a silver or something? In that case, I can paint the nose and the lights and the... Yeah, there we go. So the silver bits are going to be the... Yeah, see, there's a little bit of water. The other option is to try and be a little bit more detailed, but then again it is an arc stage, so I'm thinking with the building lights going up and up and up and up and up, and obviously it takes up all the light slots with reds, yellows, and it gives me points because they're bigger than normal. As I said, they're going to bulge out past the edges of the board because they're going to have to make room, which makes some of these ones might be going in at angles like that, so it might be weird. So at least if I do this, I know which bulbs I'm starting with one by one from the beginning. But is that the only one I want to do? because there were so many art glyphs. Where's my art codex? Do I have an art codex? I know I have an art codex, it's just whether or not I have one to hand. There's one. Does this cover archaeology and art glyphs? I've got no idea what edition this is for. I think this is for 9th. I don't think I have the 10th. I don't have the 10th edition. Of course, I could just try something like just trying to do teeth from the bottom. Green teeth and then... Aha! We do. We have bloody loads of them. Awesome. So yeah, something like that. Tough. Thank you. We have lots of them. We have lots and lots and lots of art glyphs. See, we have so many. We've got point ears, shack, which is a household. Just the checkered symbol, which is... Ooh, have you sent it via Discord? I shall have to go... Ah, my elbow. Ah. Let's see that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is 13 long. So I'd have to cut it too short. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is narrow enough. So if I take the top layer off. Right, let's see now. If I take that top layer off. So it's now 1, 2, 3, 4. It's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm coming in 2 from each edge, and then I want a straight 4 across the center from there. So 3, 6. So I want that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then I want it to go another 2 out the other side. And come straight across and do the same. Okay, from there, oh right, now it's off center. So underneath this one, I want 1 here. And then I'll leave a gap of 2 and fill that across by 3. I'll leave a gap of 2 and only have 1 there. And then 1 there, 1 there, and it comes straight across. And then we miss that one, and we go 2 and a 1. This is quite easy to follow. Cheers, Nathan. And then we come straight across again. And then we have 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and one there. Now this is where the fun comes in. So it's how many? 1, 2 along from there, and then it goes up by 1, 2, 3. Then it comes down, then it comes into there. Now there's one out, and then there, and there. And it comes down. It goes in by 2, and then comes across. Right, now from this side, it comes across by 1. It goes up by the same 3, down, and then it comes down to here. And comes in 1 and then drops. That's a lot of colour in there. This would have been better with coloured pencils, you know. Or with just newer pens that weren't running out. Right, so I've got the outline now. I can close this again. So, right, I've got to move this up because you can't see now. So this is roughly what, right, there's a layer on top and a layer on bottom. But due to my restrictions, and I did kind of want an archy, if I could get the tusks on there I was quite happy. Either them ones or the big teeth ones, either way I was going to be quite happy. I'm just going to have to use multiple greens, I think, to try and get the green bit actually coloured in. Which, as long as you can see it's green, it's all that really bloody matters. It's just the pens are running out. It's not good. I need to get a new set of. At least half decent felt tippy colour in your pens, just so I can scribble in quick enough. So all the way across here, yeah. Yep. Now still leaves a lot of the board to be done with yellow and red. And white. Or silver in this case. So, again, definitely the nose and the eyes are going to be in white. They have to be. Then that leaves this, and we know that the split is pretty much right down the centre. That's red. Red. I would not have had enough of each colours to have done this, I don't think. No, because I'm using 4 colours, so definitely not, you only have 3. I might have been able to do it using red and blue as the opposing colours for green, but it depends how many it takes up, because you only got enough to fill 4 rows of each. So let's see how well the green arc face stands out in each one. Because the bottom jawline is coming through and holding out quite well. Move that. Whereas the top one just looks more like a general skull. with that bottom jawline coming through now, which should start coming through as we do the yellow. I'm thinking this might be the one, you know. Having an actual art face, because as long as all the triggers light up, all three colours will get hit at the bottom of this, whereas on this one they won't. And as it gets louder, that's when you get the extra pop in the middle of the green from the white. No, I do like that one. I do like that one. Right. So if that's our plan, and that's what we're going off, because that's what I've decided looks better. Democracy, eh? So now I need to be able to follow that bloody thing and see what happens. I know you did say inspiration, and it did inspire me. I decided it inspired me to chop the top and bottom off and actually see if it'll fit and what it look like. It looks alright. Cheers, mate. Oh, excuse me one moment. Nature hath called. Sorry about that. Right. So, fun bit. How many green things is this actually going to take? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 54, 55, 58, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. I do have enough. Just. Where's my circuit board gone? No, I'm oh, it's over there. It's over there. I found it. Okay. Okie dokie. I have reference. I need circuit board and lights. Which at the moment are actually on the stage itself, so the stage is having to come back over. I moved it for room and it didn't work. I do have the open area for the crowd at the moment still available, so I have some space. However, I'm not turning the lights back on at the moment because, well, those ones are battery operated. I don't particularly wish to do them. Right. So, here's my plan. I am barely going to put the lights through, so there is a nice long stem on those. That way, if they need to bend and flex out of the way of others, there is room. See? And then there's only very, very small connection points, and then if we do have to snip them down, at least I've got something else to try again. So now I need to copy that. Right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, green. Just to see if we can actually get all the bloody things to fit in. And then I want another 3 greens after it. I should really get the tub out with the reds and yellows in. Well, I've got loads of greens out, I might as well do them. See, as I said, they're wobbly at the minute, but hopefully once the footboard's full, it'll work, I hope. And then it's pretty much full line with 2 extras. Go in. Ah, you're actually in and I don't realise it. Like that one. Pretending to be in, but he's not. Oh no, he has poked through. Both sides. What about you though? You're pretending to go in. I'm sure I cleared all these once. At least once upon a time anyway. Where has my others? Ah, the clearer of holes. Sorry. Should be able to go through now. You still have to get the right way around though, that's an absolute idiot. Just if you try and clear the hole doesn't mean that you can get it the wrong way around. And these ones extend past further. This might just be a setting it up, getting it ready, and then Thursday or Monday next week, I'll actually get down to soldering it. But planning first, knowing where everything needs to go, checking it will fit. And as I said, these bulbs are a little bit bigger than the old ones. And now we're coming down for the nose, which goes into that one. Shame we can't just run power through this and this will let us know if it's working. Let's get to one goes there. I said one goes there. So get in the damn hole. Thank you. And then we branch out one further from that one. Right, okay. All the way back into 3. And then we go from here to these are really small. This is certainly not a job for an arc. This has not been inspiring my arciness, I've got to say. I'm not happy about that. This is an arc project and it's not been inspiring my arciness doing this bit. This seems more ultramarine than arcy. No matter how arcy I tried to make it with lights and yeah, this bit definitely seems more ultramarine than arcy. Too much order and correctness. Currents must flow in certain patterns, things must go in certain ways. It's not going good. It's not going good. I'm beginning to understand it, but most of the time, yeah. How I painted mine was flesh was one, armor was something else, things that made you go ouch was another colour, and that was how I chose my 3 colours and how I did them across the entire army. So it wasn't like loads of thought went into mine, but I painted my weapons a different colour, but then again I painted anything that could hurt you, such as mouths, talons, feet, hooks, anything that was ouchy. I painted one colour. Thank you very much. So you have a good night, mate, and thank you for agreeing to do the other Bluetooth radio should this one completely fail. That way the project's not going to fail, it's just my inability to do electronics is going to fail. It just means I need more practice. I'll maybe choose easier things to do it with. Right, you can't see the gap in there. There's no gap in there at the minute for where the white light's got to go. And you can't see the 2 gaps in there either where the white lights have got to go. So what I think I'll do, rather than do them individually one at a time, I'll put the greens in, get them ready, and I'll do the greens. And then I'll do the whites because they're in the middle of the greens. And then I'll do the yellows, and then I'll do the reds. So I'm going to get all the greens nicely lined up. I realise I've not took my tablet, and that's probably why I'm feeling funny. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to try and think of a way that I can get them all in the correct position, and then hopefully be able to hold them there and be able to show you all before I can do anything else. I'm going to hold out even though my back's feeling weird. If it's just my back, I'm okay. Right, so one of you have got to go in here, so why won't you? That's a hole maker. Just use it to widen a hole or two. They help. There's that one. Ooh, that was a tough one to get in. Ooh. Thank you very much. That'll be what the beat was then a moment ago. Right. That was the bottom teeth. Now it's a lot of greens from here. So I'll skip one and put one there. And I want to go 2 up from that as well. Yeah, just for room alone, I'm going to have to put the greens in, extend the legs as long as possible, and then put the other colours in afterwards, just so I've got room to actually manoeuvre the LEDs into position. Good evening, Buzzard. Hey up, lad. How's us? How's the... I'm taking the slow and steady approach with my LEDs this time. So I've planned them where I want colours to go and things like that. I'm putting greens in correct place. And because of steady-handedness and me not remembering to take my tablet, I won't be doing any soldering tonight, but I'm at least getting the LEDs in the right place. Or the green ones anyway, because that's the only ones I've got bloody room for, first of all. So, as I said, some of them as they get further towards the end might have to go in more at a slight angle, which is why the pushing them to the extent of their actual limit there is pretty much the idea. There's supposed to be another one at the bottom one there. And now we start filling out the job. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the bottom. So it's across there. Got one more out and ready, and then I've got to go get the tub again. And it's up and 2 across. And thank you very much, Northern, for throwing that little grid thing at me, because that helped. That helped actually sort out where it needs to go. Right, now we need a lot more green. So this one needs to go in, hopefully without cracking the... There we go. And another one. Good job we get 100 of these things. I think it's already took more than what I would have got in the original one, just because of how many this is taking, because that's going to want to go straight across green as well now. In fact, pretty much everything else everything else we're doing tonight is green, but this is big lines of. Because not only that, it goes to there as well. So all the way across on both of those, it's all green. Green being the predominant colour on this particular lighting setup. It's just getting the whites in, I'm not 100% sure. The oversized LEDs. Well, that is one of the reasons why I decided to persevere with these rather than trying to send them back and order a smaller size bulb. I thought, well, it kind of does look a bit archy. It's just whether or not it'll work. If it works, it works. If it's not, it's going to look horrible. But if it works, it's going to look perfect. And that's the problem. It's either going to look perfect or it's not. And there is no in-betweeny bits for this. It is an is or it isn't moment. So I want to fill this in now, and 1, 2, and the top tooth goes up to there on that side. This may end up being a short stream, people. I do apologise. But I will do my best to do a whipped Wednesday and try and get some of the other stuff cleared up, so I've got more room on my desk and I can continue on without as much clutter. If it doesn't fit, we make it fit, boss. You better right, boy. You get it done. Yes, boss. Yes. You heard him. Go get it. I ain't taking no notes from you. And then, of course, the dakka. That would continue to follow an arc, trying to boss another arc around when he's not a knob. And I wasn't being rude. Knob is short for nobility in the arc race. I have to point that out every time because there's some people out there who just don't want to bloody stand. You get your bodies at the bottom, you get your knobs in the middle, which is your nobility, and then you get your war bosses at the top. Every good art knows that. Every good art wants to be a war boss. Most arcs just get to fight though. They don't even want to become war bosses, they just want to fight. That's pretty much what they want to do. See, I'm still going to struggle getting the whites in there and there. And is it? Yeah, and that one in there. So there's going to be 5 whites to go in it. I'm going to struggle getting those in, I think. Not to mention some of the reds and yellows in here. One more to go into place. Just one more, which is down here. And there we have the approximate arc face, which will hopefully look different when it's all lit up. And yeah. So that's essentially supposed to be the arc face from that. Ta-da! Now how to make it all pop out and not. Ah! You would drop the one thing that actually is going to help you do what you want it to do, aren't you? And half of them have just fallen out. Wonderful. Best laid plans of mice and men go to shit when Maz gets involved. I don't even know which ones have fallen out now. I think that's the top way around. I'm going to get them in place this time and then we'll sort out when I've got a straight ahead. At least I know they fit. And they do go in the holes and the gaps. I've got a feeling I've dropped a bulb as well. I have spares. Essentially, I had a piece of card that should have, well, foam core that should have held it nicely off the desk when put on 1, 2, 3 blocks. So that I could do it at the correct height. But it didn't friggin' work. This is supposed to be how many across? 5. Yeah, well, this bloody arc face is bigger than I realised. Especially now that I'm redoing it again and putting it back together. So how many did I put in again? Really? That many? There? No, that doesn't seem right. Apparently it bloody was. Right, so that's the eye, and that's supposed to have one more above it there. the other eye. Make sure you get the pins the right way around. That might be what went wrong last time for all I know. Eye, nose. Nose is only supposed to be a single. So I was right to put the nose as a single on the one that I planned. Right. That at least makes me more confident. Nose one. Right, one below that. Let's go down, up, down, and then that's supposed to go up, and then them three go down. There's one missing from there. One missing from there. I don't see where the other one's missing. I've got a green bulb right there. I don't see where it's come from. Why have I got a green bulb over? That's not a good sign. Especially when I put them all in and they were right. And I turned it over and then dropped some and I thought I lost one. And it turns out I've actually got one over. But I'm looking at the plan. I'm looking at where they all are. And I'm not seeing anything wrong. So, maybe I got away with it? I'm going to try and extend it all out first before I actually hold it up, just so I can... That might help. Holding it up, yeah, might help go, aha, that's where it's come from. Right, okay, in that case, awesome. But I'm going to try and stop it from falling all out again, so I can actually hold it up and get it at the right length so they can spread out a bit more. So I'm going to need a bit of white tack to hopefully be able to cover the back of it and hold them nicely and not break anything or cause damage. There's supposed to be a gap there, there's supposed to be a gap there, there's supposed to be a gap there. There's supposed to be a gap, yeah, that goes running up. Then it goes yellow, then that goes red, red, red all the way up around there, 2 across the top, yep, 2 across the top here, 4 across the bottom there, 3 across the bottom there, 2 in, yep, 1 there, yep, 1 there, it's IKEA'd itself somehow it has IKEA'd itself. Right, so my idea is to try and push these out somehow with the tack attached to the back until I can get them. Where have you just fallen from? You just fallen from there, where there is no tack attaching you in. So then when I can turn it upside down and rest it on the 1, 2, 3 blocks and put the piece of foam core underneath. So another one just falling out. Wonderful. Where the sodding Nora have you just come from? This is not helping, people. This is not helping. Things are just falling out randomly and I don't know where they're falling out of. It doesn't make me feel better, but I share your pain. That's not a nice thing to have happened. No. No idea where this was just put from either. I'm going to have to do this. Right. I have a plan. I know I have the LEDs. I'm going to have to do something about this. I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to approach this properly. This is turning into a problem before I've actually even managed to get even a heat or a solder iron or anything near it. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. So today I will make it a short one. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so I won't be doing anything. Wednesday, I have not yet decided if I want to do daytime or evening streams on Wednesdays for me. I know that makes a big difference to a lot of viewers because of obviously the time that I'll be doing it. If I do a daytime, it'll probably be early, and if I do an evening stream, it'll be up this time. Well, the 9:30 start, as I put it. Then Thursday we'll be back to working on the actual art projecty thing. Whether or not I do more structural work or whether I paint more of the arcs up, I'm not sure yet. I've not decided. I might even start making the Gretchens. I need to work on so much stuff for this. It's not true. It's just ridiculous. But thank you everybody for turning up. I am sorry it was a late one tonight. Sorry, not a late one, a short one tonight. But please drive safe and enjoy the rest of your evenings. And see you on Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you. Bye.